in a world crying out for a top 10 show. John Roca and Matt Nost are here to bring you the top 10. Take it away, boys. Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of the Top 10 Show. I am John Roca.
I am the one and only Mr. Matt Nost.
Oh, the one and only. All right.
Esquire.
We're going to do that kind of game. I see. So some people have been tweeting at me that, hey, it's John Roca. And so they're dragging out the A. And in my mind, I'm like, where are you getting that from? And it just occurred to me they're getting it from the Top 10 Show when I go, I'm John Roca. And then I'm Matt Nost. So I had no idea. There we go. Well, just discover that now. So thank you, everyone who's been tweeting at me and making fun in a playful way about that. So there you go. All right. Anyway.
I wouldn't even say making fun. That was a tweet of endearment.
Tweet of endearment. Oh, I like that. That should be a new...
We're coining lexicon on this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Hashtag tweet of endearment.
Webster's listens every week. Always on the lookout for the new trends.
Right.
Within, our modern day vocabulary.
Who better to listen to than to us, two old farts talking about shit who know.
Tweet of endearment will be
I like it.
In the official 2022.
Yeah.
Because they're already working on their 2021, Yeah. They got to get that all lined up.
They got to put the dictionary.
Exactly. Announce the new words, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So basically 2022, we've already gotten the okay. Mm-hmm. Whenever we come up with something that's just gold.
Tweet of endearment sounds perfect to me. That's a perfect hashtag.
Do you think that's the update to terms of endearment? It's just tweets of endearment?
It's the
modern day equivalent? I don't know exactly how that works for that movie.
Well, the kids would have had to have had kids, so it has to be her grandkids. Deborah Winger's grandkids doing it.
And then also the tweet of endearment. So so the family maintains this fragile bond and whatnot over Twitter?
Yeah. Look, Shirley MacLaine's still around. So is Jack.
True.
You could bring him back for a sequel, for God's sakes.
You could.
Why not?
Why not? I can think of a few reasons.
Well, they're bringing back everybody else. Will and Grace came back. Cheers is rumored to be coming back.
I think Terms of Endearment is a movie that could be remade. They just changed the name.
To Tweets of Endearment?
Well, it's too close at this point.
Yeah.
But if they do, we're getting a little piece of that pie.
That's true. I think if they already remade it called The Notebook. It was called The Notebook, I think. It's pretty much the same movie. Two old people falling back in love. No?
No,
that's wrong. That's the wrong movie.
That is wrong.
Sorry, I forgot about that. There was the Jeff Daniels stuff.
Yeah. The
cheating. Then Nicholson was an astronaut.
Exactly.
With Shirley MacLaine. Yeah, all right. She was older than him, right? Like Shirley MacLaine was big in the 60s with The Apartment and all this kind of stuff.
Jack didn't really get his break until his late 30s.
Yeah, but wasn't it the late 60s? So in the 70s. Interesting. I think
his was in the 70s.
Yeah.
With the Henry Fonda Easy Rider.
Right, Easy Rider.
And that was his first real introduction.
Yeah, 69.
But then I think it was still a couple of years after that before he...
It was Shining and
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Nest. Those are the ones that really solidified him.
Yeah.
And then from then on, he was pretty much in the lexicon.
Yeah, I'd say they're roughly the same age.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, now you would play for someone a little younger.
Yes, probably, yeah.
But,
to get people into the seats to see it.
I just started watching Godfather Harlem with Forrest Whitaker.
No, what is that?
It's pretty good.
Is it a show or a movie?
Yeah, it's a show.
Wow. What's it on?
He is, I can't remember. We got it on the streaming something or other. But it's just about crime. He runs Harlem.
Right.
In the 60s, he gets out. It's Bumpy Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets out of prison from Alcatraz, and he comes back, and he's dealing with the five families trying to reassert his dominance over what was between 110th and 160th, I think is what it states. I was like, oh, and he's talking to, Paul Sorvino plays Frank Costello. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this seems in what Costello was towards the end of his days.
What's Sorvino look like now? I haven't seen him in forever.
He looks old.
Yeah.
He looks old.
Last time I saw him was in some weird music video. Hey-ho, music video for Black Widow with Rita Ora and
No, okay.
what's her face? The girl that did the fancy song, the Australian chick that took. What's her name?
I'm so fancy.
Yeah.
But she's, I think, South African.
South African?
I think so.
Okay.
And it's I can't believe everybody
Right?
listening to this is going Aziz. No, not Aziz.
It's not Lily, right?
No. It's got an A. Shit, what is it? I'm so fancy. Because she was brought up by
Iggy Azalea. Yeah. Iggy
she was brought up by
Azalea.
T.I.
Yes.
And then people made the white girls.
Yes. They made fun of her for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he was randomly in that music video in a poker game, and Rita Ora kicks him in the gut. She is Australian. All right, she is Australian. I thought I was going a little crazy. But yeah, Rita Ora kicks Sorvino in the gut out of nowhere, and T.I. is like, oh shit. So I was like, what is Sorvino doing in a music video like this? But whatever.
It was a payday, man.
Man's got to work. Can't deny that.
Yeah. They had a budget. They had an extra whatever 5-figure sum, I'm guessing it was.
Right.
Hey, show up for one day shooting to make whatever
Yeah.
the 5. Sure. No problem.
I would meet Sorvino's quote.
It's not like you're getting Pacino.
No.
De Niro. It's
But
not
you're
like
getting a
Sorvino.
solid actor.
You
really
are. You're
good
getting an
actor.
excellent actor. There's
Yeah, you are.
so many excellent actors out there. There's just only so many.
Yeah.
There's so few that can command an astronomical number.
Yeah, like when I did that independent film a few years ago with Armand Assante, I had a scene with Armand Assante. It blew my mind. But I asked my friend who directed the film, Andre, and I was like, how'd you get Armand Assante? He goes, there's a bunch of actors that are floating around that if you meet their quote, they'll happily do your film.
Exactly, because it's a beautiful payday for very little work.
Yeah.
Just show up, I do what I do, and then I go back to wherever I was living before I got the call.
Yep.
Maybe here, but more than likely, they got to play someone like Armand Assante. I assume.
Yeah.
Look, you're from another country, so you have a home there, and you have a home here,
Yeah.
and then maybe there you also have a country place or something else in another
Right,
country or
right.
whatever the case is. But
Right.
yeah, pretty sweet.
It's mind-blowing. He got Gronkowski to be on the film and Dominique Swain. Remember Dominique Swain, who was
The
Lolita?
gymnast?
Lolita? The girl that was Lolita in the Jeremy Irons version of Lolita?
Never saw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I did see. It was on HBO repeat for a while.
Right.
I saw it.
Right. She's in Face Off.
But-
she plays Travolta's daughter in Face Off.
I've seen Face Off once. I was so thoroughly annoyed
Fair enough.
by that fucking movie. I was like, no. The people are like, it's so good. And I don't understand. I will never go back and watch it. You couldn't pay me.
I would never say it's so good. I would say it was
there's people that love it.
enjoyable to watch.
And there's, to
great
each their own
cheesiness.
how you saw it. But when
Yeah.
they do that hand rake over the face, I was like, no fucking way. I'm talking about the family.
Oh, yeah.
How they
show
know
their
each
love.
other. That's so gross. Someone just open palms you on the face.
Yeah.
Dad, why are we doing this? Shut up.
If I ever get Travolta in an interview, it's the first thing I'm going to ask him. Who came up with that?
Whose choice was that? Was that the director?
Yeah, right. Was that Woo?
I can't imagine what that marriage is. Who offers that up first? Is it him and he just paws at his wife's face one day and she's like, okay, that's how we show affection.
Like her reaction,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
That's what I would do. Why are you putting? I wouldn't like jump back, but
Yeah.
I'd just be staring him in the eye as their hands slowly went down my face, going, "Why are you doing this? this isn't right." Okay, but I love you, so it's fine.
Would that be a deal breaker?
No,
The needing to put the hand over the face?
no, but
All right.
it would be a weird. Are you telling me that's a deal breaker for you?
I know. I wouldn't. I don't know. It would depend on the person.
Of course, but
Yeah.
if you genuinely loved them, just like,
Right.
all right, well, my wife and I have our stupid things too.
Yeah. Lily's this way. When we go to bed, like after she showers, she doesn't like I can't touch her face. She doesn't like her face to be touched.
Okay.
When she showers and she's getting in bed, she has a thing about it. In the morning, daytime, no problem. But after the shower, when she's the big thing about cleaning, man. She showers every night, without fail. I'm not that way. Apparently, there are people who shower in morning and night. I shower every
it's
morning, not
supposed
night.
to be not good for you because it dries out your skin.
That's what I thought.
But I guess if you're eating enough oils and whatnot,
Right.
getting enough fish or getting enough whatever the case is, then maybe you can handle it.
She's got a thing about it, man.
Catherine takes a shower after basically going outside every time.
What?
Just in that if she gets home at 4 p.m.,
Yeah.
she'll take a shower after work. And if we go out and have dinner and watch a movie, when we get home, she takes a shower. Because she won't get into bed with the filth of outside on her.
That's the way Lindley is.
And when she said it like that, but I have to stop her and be like, don't take a shower because we're going to X. And she's like, oh, I forgot about that. And be like, unless you want to shower twice, go right ahead. But you'll be showering twice within like 4 or 5 hours.
Have you caught her in the bathroom, like, just about to turn on the shower?
No, I've caught her when she's coming down the stairs and she's already showered going, oh, I guess we're not going out. And she's like, oh, fuck, we are supposed to. That's all right. I'll text them, let them know. Sometimes we go. Sometimes it's like, I don't feel like putting clothes
And it all hinges on the shower.
So sometimes I got to stop her. Other times she will.
That's great.
Saturday she took a shower and I was like, oh, I thought we were going to go do these things. And she's like, fine. But once we got out, she was perfectly fine, had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And then took a shower when she got home.
Yeah, Lindley very much. Like, there's no question. She could be asleep on the couch at 11:45 at night. When I wake her up to drag her into bed, she will go right to the shower first. It's a 5-minute, 7-minute shower, but she needs to do it.
No, I can fall asleep.
Yeah.
Without just like,
I
had a
can't.
long day. I'm tired.
Exactly. She gets mad at me. She's like, bring in your filth of the day. And I'm like, look, you signed up for this.
You stay on your side of the bed.
Exactly.
Let me live my life. Dude, my wife doesn't like it either.
Yeah. Right.
I do it less than I used to, but I like to shower in the morning. I always have.
I don't have the energy to shower twice a fucking day. I just don't.
So I do. My hair is more oily at the end of the day.
Right.
So my pillowcase, we got these new bamboo ones.
Oh.
And they're super comfortable. That's all I want is super comfortable. I sleep on sheets just with a top sheet. So I have my own top sheet.
Nice.
And that's it. I don't need a comforter.
You don't share the sheet with her?
No, because she needs a comforter year round.
Oh, right, because she gets cold a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lindley's that way.
Doesn't matter.
It's fucking insane.
So
do you think women are just built this way? They're colder than men?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it seems their physiology is they're always colder than men.
Perhaps because we get more fat around our midsection. It helps us retain. They get theirs more in their legs.
Speak for yourself, man.
So, well, I'm just saying. But we were
I'm the one
more
with the
core
fat
heat
midsection. Yeah, right.
I don't know. Maybe we run a little bit hotter. I mean, we do burn more calories on average.
We do.
Something like 400 extra calories.
We do.
And most of the calories you're burning throughout the day is just maintaining homeostasis.
Yes.
So it's just keeping it at 98.6, your body churns through.
Right.
So maybe we just churn through, we keep it at a higher temp longer.
It's certainly possible.
I don't know. But yeah, no, she gets cold, drop. That's all, yeah.
Yeah.
But with these new bamboo sheets, and within like a month, you could just see where I had gone to bed. I hadn't washed sheets yet. Washed in, then waited 3 weeks, a month, and I was going to wash them again, and just you could see where my head had been.
Oh, that's another thing. She has to wash the sheets every week. She washes the sheets every Saturday.
I can't.
Yeah, she does. She gets so mad.
The most I've done is every 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. When I was living, you'd lucky if I washed them once a month. When I lived alone, oh yeah,
yeah. That gets done every few months.
Yeah, every few months.
Every few months. That's no lie.
Because it's just me getting in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do have company over, and I do take care of the sheets after company.
Well, absolutely, of course.
But if I hit a dry spell, which happened.
Sure, of course. We didn't all.
Can't be crushing it all time.
Okay.
As much as you'd like to be. 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. It's
Just
about standard.
It's me. It's just me. I don't care.
It's just me getting into the bed with myself.
Trust me. Well, and you start comparing yourself to other dudes you know, and be like, in your head, having the argument if somebody came in. Have you been to Dave's place? It's disgusting. My place is a billion times better than that. You don't have that point of reference, but that's another dude I know.
Right.
I had a friend. It was I think I've told you this in the past, but who knows? His name is actually Dave. That's why I use him as an example.
Yeah.
Great cook.
Wow.
Great, really good cook. But his kitchen was the filthiest thing I've ever seen. So much so that because he'd invite me over like once a month, and he'd make me a meal. I make enough for 2-3 people, so I invite a couple people, and it's a fucking great meal.
Right.
And just trash, like empty container from this over here, an Amazon box just over in the corner and whatnot. And he had a dead cockroach, and he stamped him out like 2 days before.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, are you going to get that? He's like, "Dah." And then I still ate the meal. It tasted great. But it's one of those of Dave lived like an animal on some level.
See, and this is my fear with Snyder, Jeff Snyder. Snyder keeps inviting me over to watch The Insider at his house. Looking at
the Russ Crowe movie?
Yeah, because I've never seen it. His slovenly appearance makes me feel like his place would look like what you just described.
My buddy Dave is fastidious, to say the least.
Oh, okay.
Usually has very nice clothes on.
Yeah.
Beard is well trimmed. Keeps a haircut at all times. It never gets shaggy. He's in good shape.
Right.
He went to Carnegie Mellon for, he used to work at a company in Silicon Valley and had shares in the company and all that, and he sold it all back to him, moved down here and started writing and performing.
Wow.
But that's what he wanted to do. Like, the rest of his life, he's got pretty locked in.
Yeah.
And then you go to his house and you're like, you're a fucking animal. I've never seen someone live like this outside of watching cable shows. Just like,
about stoners.
Yeah, now with the internet, it's just like, this is what we walked into, and some landlord walking through the devastation of somebody's been throwing McDonald's wrappers in the corners for 3
hoarders
years.
and shit.
Yeah. Beyond that shit.
Yeah, that's my fear with Snyder. That's my fear. I go over there and I was like, oh, Jesus.
I don't get that fully from him.
Okay.
There might be clothes everywhere and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe. I might break down maybe one day and go over to his house. I just fear it like nobody's business.
Just seems so weird. Dude, you got to come over and watch The Insider with me.
He just has a thing about it now. He's come at me on Twitter every time, like today even twice. He's like, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, I'm recording stuff. He's like, oh, you can't come watch The Insider? And then I mentioned that I'm going to see the Joker because I saw it last night, Joker. But
Zip it, I'm seeing it tomorrow.
I know, I'm not getting anything away. But I was going to go see it again in IMAX this weekend because Lindley's out of town. And he goes, are you going to see a movie you've seen already? Or are you going to come over to my place and watch a movie you've never seen? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to watch
Dude, you're going to show up and he's going to be in like a silk robe. And he bought a fake fireplace and he's just kind of holding on to a pipe. Hey, John, make yourself at home. Care for a drink?
Come on in.
Yeah.
With the ascot.
Exactly. Just a little too comfortable for casual conversation. There's a weird confidence oozing out of you that I do not like.
Like he puts one leg over the other as he sits down, and you can it looks like the crease in a dress. He's like, oh, those are naked legs. No thanks. I
thought you were going to say he was going to Basic Instinct you.
No.
Just open up, get a shot of the goods. Hey, John. I fucking
the Snyder
did one time.
The Snyder goods.
Years ago, so comics used to come to my house. I was the only one that basically lived the closest to the club, and I lived alone. So I had a one bedroom. We'd come over and we'd play poker and just stay. It basically was an excuse to drink till 6 a.m.
Right.
So it'd be like 4, 5, 6 of us, and I just got a new bed. I was so excited, and I was like, "Oh, dude!" I told my buddies, "Like, fucking check it out! I got a new bed." And I ran in, I jumped on the bed. I was so excited because I had the bed, but I just had regular shorts on and nothing underneath. And all of a sudden, my balls are just hanging out, and he's staring straight at my balls. And we'd only been friends for a couple of months, so he thought until like a month later that I was making a move of some kind. Because they came out and I was so like seductive laying on my bed. Oh my God. I didn't know until like 6 months later after we were best of friends. Just practically inseparable. But he's like, do you remember that night? And I was like, yeah, dude, I was so excited about the bed. Your balls flopped out. Did you not realize that? I was like, no idea. My balls were out?
Oh, so you didn't know till he told you, or you did know and you covered it up?
No idea that it happened.
How funny.
They were just loose bag. I changed. A couple other dudes did because they knew they were crashing. They weren't going to leave, so we just got into some fucking, got out of, I got heat in here. It's cold out there. Why do we need all these?
I don't know what you stand-ups do, man. That's all your world, dude.
That's just basically it's a fucking, you can sleep in your jeans or you can just leave a pair of shorts over here because you're over here 5-6 nights a week.
Oh, yeah, right on.
So if you want to get drunk and crash on the floor or on the couch, by all means. I don't have a roommate.
Out.
I don't give a shit.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, it makes it easy on me. Now I can get as drunk as I want. The party's right here.
And swing your balls around.
And swing my balls around. Show the people the goods. I was exuding like a fucking alpha over,
Yeah, you were.
Put them in their place.
Yeah, you kind of showed your dominance. These are my balls on my nice
balls.
bed. Suck it. Anyway, so.
Because my previous bed was one of those select comforts.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And I had an early, I guess, iteration of it, and it was just dog shit.
Oh, okay.
I hated it.
That's a shame.
They say it's gotten better. I would never, ever buy one of those things. Yeah. It was the worst bed. Like, I had a bad back at the age of 24.
Oh, wow.
25 from that thing.
Right.
It went away once I got a good bed and proper support, slept right.
They're not lying about beds, man. Beds are, like, super important to your body.
Oh, yeah.
They really are. Like I used to sleep. Like I used to get all kinds of body pains in my back and stuff like that when I slept on. Because I wouldn't buy a new mattress for like 15 years or 10 years. Like it's a long time.
Yeah.
But when I got climbed into Lindley's bed when she was still living in El Segundo, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And apparently the mattress was like a $1,500 mattress that she had gotten.
Oh, dude, I've
through
spent more than
and I
that
was
on
like,
a
"Holy
mattress before."
crap!" Yeah. Well, and I went to Living Spaces, and they have those those a foam, whatever those things are. The ones that move
there's
around.
two different types of foams. But
Posturepedic or whatever it is.
yeah, there's a gel foam, and then there's a different. I can't remember what it is, but they both have trade-offs as to why they're good and why they're not.
Yeah.
There's actually IKEA has a good mattress for like $800-900 for a king.
Really?
It's got. I like a pillow top with a gel underneath that. And they've got like a variation of that. It's a fucking, box spring underneath, but it's a specialized box spring.
Right.
There's not actually, part of the mattress is like a spring thing. So you don't need a box spring if you don't really want one.
Right.
And that was not bad. We got one of those memory foam ones, but then we've got two pads on top of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oof.
When we moved into our place, the old owner was just like, I'm leaving all my stuff except for what I can fit in my car because he was going to retire.
Yeah.
And then this was his son's place. His son passed away unexpectedly.
Oh, no.
So he was retired. He moved down here to handle basically his estate and getting this house flipped over and sold. And he was supposed to retire in Florida like 5 years ago.
Wow.
So he's just like, whatever I can fit in my Lexus is what I'm taking to Florida, and the rest is yours. So we got a free California King.
Wow.
Brand new mattress that he bought, and it's like a year old.
Nice.
Yeah. But we had to buy a 2-pack because apparently this old dude liked to live on a very firm mattress.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice guy, but I was like, I don't know how you did it with, old joints and shit.
Sometimes people are into that fucking firm shit. I don't get it.
You have to be a back sleeper. It's the only way it makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm a side sleeper.
I am, me too. I'm in the fetal position every time.
Okay.
That's the more comfortable.
Do you do pillow between legs?
No, I don't do
changed
that
my
shit.
life.
Really?
Changed my life.
Oh,
it's the best.
Oh, wow.
It just aligns my hips so I never wake up with kind of achy hips.
Yeah.
So one leg isn't kind of screwing up my posture overall. It makes a world of difference, man. I started doing it like 7 years ago.
Your achy breaky hips.
Yeah, I got bad hips. I do.
My thing is, because my head is so fucking large and I have shoulders that are broader than it's uncomfortable to sleep without the second pillow on the bed. So I have to have a second pillow unless I sleep on the side. When I sleep on the side, then I shove my hand underneath the pillow and then create kind of a bridge. When we cuddle in bed, I have to jack the pillow out so that my head can rest comfortably when we're spooning, in essence. If I don't, I become very irritable because my head feels like it's like, even with yoga, I had to have the block from my head because it's such a distance between my head and the floor because this long fucking shoulder of mine. It's frustrating as hell, dude. But the pillow between the legs, I probably don't need it. It's more the pillow up here to balance my body out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever your thing is. Someone told me to try it and it worked for me.
Yeah, right on.
We don't cuddle because I say Catherine sleeps like a toddler. She flips around.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just rolling over and this, and sometimes you see her and her knees are perched up at like she's got them up. They're at a 90-degree angle type of thing. Like they're not under her butt, but you know what I mean, making a teepee. So
sure.
And another time, she just moves a lot in her sleep, so there's just no chance.
Yeah. We cuddle at the beginning, but then I start to snore. Once I snore, it's over. Once I start to snore, I'm pushed to roll over.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Early on, I'm saying like
At the beginning,
wake up in the middle of the night together.
Right.
Just, no.
We don't do that. Yeah.
Can't. I will be awake. She will not.
Yeah.
She's elbowed me in the head and not woken up. Just
oh, wow.
Full on.
Yeah.
It was when we had a queen. We've been, married for 8 months, 9 months, and just pow, she rolled over on her right-hand side, and just she was going to sleep basically kind of on her stomach, more so like this weird angle, just bam, right with her right. Woke me the fuck up. She's, she kind of glanced me with her left once across the chin.
Oh, shit.
Because she was like, she just stretched her arm out, and then that one didn't really connect, but it was close, and I was just falling asleep. It's like, dang. The elbow, I had been asleep for like an hour, and then I just got clocked in the fucking head.
Holy shit, dude.
King makes a difference, though. That shit does not happen.
Oh, no, I can't wait. When we move into our next place, we're getting a fucking California King because massive.
Do you want a regular king? You want Cal King is longer.
That's what I want.
And less width.
Oh, Well, whatever one's going to make it feel like we don't even know each other's on the bed.
Yeah, you want a king.
Yeah.
Because you're both not 6'8".
Yeah, right, exactly.
So you don't need the extra. So it's 76 width versus 72 length.
Yeah.
And the Cal King is 72 width or 70 width, and then 76 or 78 length.
Okay, I didn't know that.
You lose, somewhere between 4 and 6 inches of the overall width.
I don't want you to lose width. Definitely not going to lose.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm only 5'11", 5'10".
I know. We prefer a regular king, but at the same time, it's a free mattress.
Yeah, true.
And it was
of
a good
course.
mattress.
Of course.
And my mattress at that point was like 9 years old.
Yeah,
10 years old.
It's not like either one of you are 6'1", too, that would make it a weird kind of combo. You guys are not,
5'10" and change.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Works.
she's 5'8", so it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, this week's show. How long was that? Mattress talk for 25 minutes?
25 minutes.
25.
Exactly.
There you go. That's what you get. That's the beauty of the top 10.
That's right.
Tune it into a movie, podcast.
Yeah.
And you get mattress talk. That's the beauty.
The truth is, we haven't had one of these like long-winded intros to the show in quite some time.
Do you think it's subconsciously because we're going to have a number of the same movies?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I think there's going to be 2 you have that I don't have.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have obviously a couple, but 2 for sure you have that I don't have.
I'm curious to see what you have that I didn't think about. Because every once in a while on these lists, you throw one in there that I didn't consider.
Well, it's also kind of a nebulous definition.
It's funny you say nebulous. Yep.
What is nebula? Okay. All right. I hadn't thought about that. You know what? I'm going to write that on the side right now. And perhaps somebody's list just changed a little bit. Well, you know what? That'll bump off my bullshit 10.
Okay. Fair enough. Look at that. Just like that. The list has been changed.
It's
well, it looks like at least one of our movies is making the list together.
all right, there you go.
Oh, perfect.
Easy peasy, done.
All right.
Well, the one I was knocking off was a cheat anyway, so it doesn't even really matter.
Fair enough.
Double impact.
Oh, yeah, that is a cheat.
I know. But it's like seeing a man in the mirror. It's who the fuck are you? We're the exact same. I didn't know you existed. It's like meeting your clone or meeting your past self or future self or whatever the case is. It's a different, it's another universe of you.
Your clone.
This is what it could have happened to you had you grown up somewhere else.
That's fair.
It was a cheat.
So this week, as Matt mentioned, we're doing top 10 Man in the Mirror movies based because of Gemini Man coming out, where you see a older Will Smith taking on a younger Will Smith. It's Will Smith versus Will Smith.
It is.
Gemini Man.
This is all the Will Smith you can handle. Sunday. Let's see if this does well.
Yeah.
That trailer, I've seen it a couple times. I think it's a dud.
Anytime Clive Owen shows up in a big movie, I go, oh boy.
Really? You put this at his feet?
I don't. I'm telling you, look at it. Clive doesn't always pick the best material. He's a good actor.
I think that about Charlie Hunnam. Whatever movie he's in, I think, outside of Triple Frontier.
Yeah, I didn't think that was that good anywhere.
I thought it was good.
Yeah?
I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was. It is what it is.
Yeah.
A couple parts are like, really? They followed you all the way? Okay, I guess.
He was terrible in King Arthur, though. Woof.
I
didn't like that movie.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it. But
yeah,
Pacific Rim, not good to me.
Nope.
What else has he been? I'm not a Sons of Anarchy fan.
Neither am I. Well, he's in the new. Was that Amazon film with Robert Pattinson?
Oh, something to Z. Lost City of Z.
Lost City of Z. Right.
Fell asleep during that.
Yeah.
I was tired. It had nothing to do with the movie. I was dog tired. I had a long day. Came home and Catherine's like, "Let's watch this." And I think I made 10 minutes, and I was out.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just fucking zonked. I had a long day. Nothing against him. I want him to succeed because I like a lot of what he does. It's just the projects you've chosen, man.
I liked him in Green Street Hooligans. He's really good in that as the main guy that's helping Elijah Wood. But he is also in the new Guy Ritchie film, and they just dropped the trailer on the day we're recording this morning.
What is it?
The Gentleman.
Okay.
And it's him and Hugh Grant and Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians and Colin Farrell and Michelle Dockery from Downton Abbey, Lady Mary. All of them, and it's this kind of like shit that's going down around marijuana. Oh, McConaughey in there as well as the American. All the shit going down about marijuana. So it's looks like a Guy Ritchie going back to the gangster stuff that he did in the past, but with a little more of an older eye to it, a little more of a mature eye to it. So it looks fun.
Did you see the Downton movie?
Yeah, I did. I loved it.
Wow, really?
I saw it in London.
I thought it was pointless.
What? We're gonna do a mini review right now. Why do you mean it's pointless?
Sure. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Before we get into, we should probably start that.
Yeah,
we should
because
probably start
I don't have
the
a
show.
lot of time.
Yeah, it's true. You do have a hard
Let's
out.
do 1 minute. Why do you think it was pointless?
Hey, it's because okay, spoiler alert. Obviously, the downstairs would never really revolt in that way, but it was fun because you get to see all these people. But they focused on the cook's assistant who may or may not get married, and why are we focusing on her when we have all these other established characters like the other couple that is he's the valet for
Bates and Anna?
Yeah,
Mr.
thank
Bates
you.
and Anna, yeah.
I would prefer to have seen something with them because they were more part of the show.
Right.
Maggie Smith was great. That whole
my
every
God.
time she was on, and the the
The
daughter,
two older ladies, yeah, were great.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the daughter that may or may not have been. That
Yeah.
was interesting, but at the same time, like, why is so Tom just gets sucked into this? Like, I don't understand his motivation for just showing up to dissuade him of what that he's Irish.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to cause any trouble, but then you hang around, catch on pretty quick. This dude doesn't care.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that.
It was just weird.
Kind of a shoehorn storyline in.
Yeah, and then he's suddenly falling in love with the other, and she's like, we're trying to cram way too much stuff into, and you're not focusing on any of the people that I cared about during the show.
Yeah. To me, it felt like a glorified Christmas episode.
Sure.
Like one of those Christmas
There you go.
episodes.
But those were
yeah.
tighter to me.
Yeah, okay, fair. I just was happy to be back with him, man. I really was.
I wanted to be.
Any negative stuff I felt, it was quickly glossed over because I was great to see them all coming back again.
Although
and I hope they don't do another one. Like, I think that's it.
I did like the Charlie, the Barrett
Yes.
storyline. But that
Yes.
was very, how do gay guys meet each other
Right.
in this era? Oh, that's okay. Happened then, and they go to this.
Well, also to see his progression, if you remember from those many seasons when he was a complete
oh,
asshole.
he's still a dick.
Well, true, to a degree, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's tempered, but
right, it's tempered. But to see, you feel sympathy for him in the
Little bit.
situation in the movie and what have you. So
Yeah, he
like,
gets
I like that.
demoted.
Yeah, all of that. Carson coming in was great as well. So I
yeah, but I would love to have had more Carson and the mutiny they lead. Just like really doesn't seem like that's the type of people they are.
Well, and that's why I think it was fun.
Oh, and what's his name that went off to be a teacher that came back just to serve for this?
Mr. Mosley.
Mosley, yeah. When he crowed that line in the middle of dinner, that was good. He was so good.
His curtsy was the best.
Yeah, it was. Slowly leaning back, he's almost going to fall.
Loved it.
Yeah,
Loved it.
There were aspects.
Anyway, we better get into this.
Yeah, once we set a topic, we go our individual ways and create personal top 10 lists. Show back up here. I do my bottom three. He does his bottom three. I do my next two. He does his next two. Then we trade one apiece. Once we have revealed our personal top 10 list, we create the shows between the two of us.
Boom.
Jumping right in. Number 10 then for me is movie The Island.
Oh, yeah, no, not on my list. Go ahead.
Okay. Because you have one of the
Right.
other two, although I can't believe I didn't think of that one. Just kind of dumb. Oh, well. We got it on the list, guys, and that's all that mattered. It's, it's interesting in that it's kind of a Westworldy type of idea.
Yeah, sure.
Where now this is an organ farm, and they need to live in some capacity. You can't just grow the organ because it doesn't transplant well, or whatever the case is. So they actually have a life, and they're this entire society. They think that winning the lottery is going off to heaven, in essence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and so they go in to get harvested for whatever is needed. And I mean, it's brutal to think about. Okay, so then what defines a person, what doesn't? But it's very slick. It's a car commercial.
Yeah.
Fit into a sci-fi movie.
Well, it's Michael Bay.
It is.
And I think it was obviously Logan's Run did this a version of this concept as well. I think if it had been in better hands, maybe nothing against Michael Bay, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think it would have actually carried a bit more weight to it. He glossed this thing up without the normal kind of foundation of fun that he puts into his films, and he didn't have it in this one. And the Scarlett and Ewan it was just a weird chemistry all around.
Yeah.
I mean, the Buscemi scene was the best scene.
The only reason it really makes my list is because of the two that I cut that I'm like, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah.
I could passively watch this one, whereas
Gotcha.
those there's no chance of me ever going, oh, that's on. I could put it on in the background.
Right.
Whereas that is just like I can catch up at any point. I know exactly what's going on. I can watch for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
It's mindless.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I feel like after you just schooled me on one that you have that I don't have, I screwed up like a couple. Because it's one of those movies of, I can't believe this is making my list.
Right. All right, what's your number 9?
Number 9 is Predestination
I don't think I've seen that one.
with Ethan Hawke.
Okay. Predestination. Interesting. Okay.
Do you want to see it?
No, go ahead. No,
Okay.
It's not one of those films I'd run out to see.
I've only seen it once. It was right after there was a bunch of hype on it. It's kind of like how we saw First Reformed.
Okay.
It came out in the theaters. Enough people like, you got to see this. But now with all the movie passes and whatnot, I should have seen First Reformed when it came out, but I just got busy. Whereas when Predestined came out, it's like I still have to buy individual tickets to all these, and I'm willing to do it. But it's a lot easier when you just scan the app and, hey, what's coming out?
Yeah.
As opposed to hunting down. And sometimes for a movie this more than likely the release was so small, you would have to hunt it down. It's going to be at Sunset 5 and one other place, one random out in Santa Monica or something.
Right.
So Ethan Hawke plays like a government official that has to go back in time to figure out who the specific bomber was, and then runs into a female character who, and the two of them kind of form a bond.
Okay,
and then he this is all while he has gone back to 1970 mid-70s in New York and whatnot. And he's got a job as like a bartender or something, and befriends her there.
Okay,
but anyway, so it's just kind of gathering information. But it turns out that, in essence, he is the agent, the bomber, and the woman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all in one. So she is him after like this whole, it comes together at the end and you're like, oh, wow. Okay.
Did it work for you?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
More that the thing is, I don't know how often I'm going to go back and rewatch it.
Gotcha.
Whereas there are others on this list. It was super interesting. And it gets to the end. It's like, oh, okay. That's why I was, First Reformed. All right, what do you got for me, Ethan? You keep putting out these interesting, weird little movies.
Right.
So I'll watch this. And I like First Reformed much more. The ending still makes me, inquisitive, so to speak.
I need to see that movie.
That one's good. I would put that over this one.
Predestination?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Which number 8?
Predestination is good. Number 8 is Us.
Yeah. That's my number. Oh, is that a punt? I think that's a punt for me. Hold on. Let me see. What did I put? Us. Sorry. No, it's my number 9. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you think of the movie? Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah?
I wanted to enjoy it more, and I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It's, you're forcing expectations on it that in a perfect world you would just go into it with nothing and just enjoy it for what it was.
Yeah.
But, hey, the first movie he did was Get Out.
Yeah.
Here's his follow-up. And the trailer looked spooky as hell. And you're like, I have no idea what's going on. This is crazy. And then the first wave of people that I didn't get to see it opening weekend, they're like, it's good. And then I didn't feel connected at the end on that final reverse.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I had to sit like
I didn't mind it. I liked it. I like you, I don't think it obviously didn't get to Get Out levels, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was an interesting concept. And when it's horror, I always appreciate them going nuttier and wackier with horror if it's an artistic approach to it, which is what I felt this film had. When it's like, Jason Takes Manhattan, I don't give a fuck. But something like this that is seeking to push the boundaries of the genre, then that excites me. And I like it. And whether it works or not is always up to you.
Okay.
And I think some of it didn't work, but a lot of it did work for me. Enough for me to enjoy it. That's for sure. I just think these other films I enjoy more.
Because eventually, I had to watch. I needed to seek out other people's opinions as to the overall scope of the meaning, so I could help form my opinion. Because it was just like, okay, I think I understand this.
Yeah,
but what does this mean to you? Because maybe you can help me wrap my head around it.
Right.
Whereas in Get Out, I walked out going, "Wow, that worked on so many different levels.
Yeah,
and this resonated here, here, and here." So it was just putting. And like you, I'm not saying I didn't like the movie.
Right.
I enjoyed it. Just was hoping for another grand slam.
Yep.
And this was like a triple.
Yeah. Yeah, triple. I'm cool with that. All right. That was your 10, 9, and 8?
Correct.
So my 10 is Time Cop.
Oh, yeah, because he runs back into...
Yeah, Ron Silver.
Boom, that takes Island off, dude. This is called the Top Roca this week.
Yeah, no, I love this. Listen,
I love that I put a fake Van Damme on and there's a real Van Damme.
Yeah, well, this is the best of the Van Dammes. Time Cop. You could argue this is the best.
So you've seen it because when I brought it up on, I think, a passing conversation within the past couple of years, you're like, "Oh, I've never seen that. What is that?"
No, I've seen Time Cop.
The one where he's got to deal with the politician. They're based out of D.C.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I swear to God,
I saw every Van Damme movie up to The Quest in the theater. After that, I did not see.
I swear to God.
There was one called Time Rider that was different from the 80s.
No.
I remember that.
It was Time Cop because I explained to you because the guy that plays the villain,
Yeah, Ron Silver.
boom,
Yeah.
he came up in another conversation. I think it bled over into. It was like, oh, yeah,
interesting.
he was great in Time Cop, and you're like,
yeah,
what's
yeah.
Time Cop? It's like it's the Van Damme one where he's got they work out of DC. That's a good one. That's a damn good one.
Yeah, I like it. So he goes back because he's the villain in the movie. Ron Silver is because he's a guy who's discovered a time machine.
Yeah.
And he goes and steals money from the past to fund himself in the present. And there's a scene where he goes and sees where Van Damme is trying to show him what he ends up. So he grabs a younger version of himself, of this senator, and comes face to face and sees the older version of himself and what happens to him. And that was just a fun thing to see in the film and enjoyable. Obviously, it wasn't extended throughout the whole movie, but just having that sequence go and then the way it resulted with them with
The singularity.
yeah, the singularity. That was pretty cool.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It's anytime I hear that come up in other movies, an explanation of time travel.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you can't touch each other. It's the first visual that I go to.
Right.
Is Ron Silver. Just like, oh, hey, boo, that sucks.
Bam!
Yeah.
Singularity. Yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
Of course.
who knows?
Robert Downey Jr. knows, but he died or Tony Stark knows, but he died. No, the Time Cop is the best of the Van Dammes, just like Under Siege is the best of the Seagals.
Not even close.
Those were the ones.
Yeah.
Those were the top ones of each.
But see,
of
with Van Damme, though, I can make Kickboxer, I love. Bloodsport, I love.
Bloodsport, yeah, certainly.
is in the discussion.
Yeah.
That, Double Impact, Time Cop, like those are through JVCD, but I almost don't count that.
Yeah. No, that's a whole other thing.
It is.
That's a great film.
It is. It's damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably his best.
That shows you that the man is an actor.
He's a true actor.
Legitimately, Yeah. Yeah. You haven't seen JCVD. You need to see that. All right, so number 9 was Us already.
What are you going to fuck up my list with on this one?
8 is 2001: A Space Odyssey, because he
Okay.
goes and sees the different versions of himself at the end of the movie and interacts with the different versions of himself when he becomes the space baby. So he's watching himself through different stages of life,
Okay.
and they're watching him back. And so I found that to be, I think this qualifies, but it's lower on my list because, not because of quality of film, obviously, but because it's not an extended scene or a big part in terms of the overall arc of the movie.
Yeah,
It's
I never would have come up with. Although obviously I screwed up my list. this
No,
week.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I wish I enjoyed that movie as much as everybody else.
Oh yeah, right. I totally respect that. It's the difference, I love it. It's number
thing is-
2, number 1.
Shining, Full Metal Jacket.
I can't do Barry Lyndon. I just can't.
I don't even count that. Clockwork Orange.
Yeah,
Doctor Strangelove. Mm-hmm. Spartacus for its technical achievement.
hell yeah.
It's so professionally done.
He didn't direct it from the beginning, so like he was able to steer
Put a
the ship
stamp on
home.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paths of Glory is fantastic as well that he directed.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there's so many others where like I thoroughly enjoy that. In 2001, I just I don't
Yeah, it's
I
fascinating.
don't understand it. And I think the lack of philosophical debate within myself is what ultimately resonates with me. Just like it doesn't make me ponderous.
Yeah.
Whereas other Kubrick films or films like that usually do.
Yeah.
And that one just kind of leaves me inert. And I'm like, no, I just.
That's ironic because it's
I
definitely
know.
the most philosophical.
It
of
is,
his movies.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And to me, it just looks like, I don't know, it's incoherent to me.
Wow.
Not saying what he's doing is incoherent.
Right.
Is my intelligence of it is incoherent. I don't understand.
Right.
So I'm in the weeds.
Understood.
Yeah, and when people try and explain it to me, it's just like I just can't assign that value to it. I don't. Doesn't make sense, and I'm just watching a space baby, and like, or monkeys fighting an obelisk. And
Yeah.
like I realize what other people have told me this is supposed to be interpreted as.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right. All right. What's your number 7?
7 for me is Multiplicity. The Mike Keaton.
Oh shit! Why didn't I think of that one?
Dude, he runs into.
Of course.
That's the whole movie.
Shit. I think I was trying to keep closer to where they run into each other in time, and you're doing clone stuff. So I get.
Well, it's just man in the mirror. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm running into myself. Now, this is variations
of course,
myself.
Of course.
This is aspects of my personality
This makes so much sense.
kind of come to their own.
Yeah, Multiplicity is great. Michael Keaton. You have a very deep fascination with Michael Keaton. Like you love Michael Keaton. Wouldn't you say?
So it sounds like I'm Snyder and he's you in this. Hey, Mike.
You would show him your
My
balls.
balls are out. There's a T-shirt. My balls are out for, and then we just personalize it for whoever wants it. A Patreon exclusive.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. You can just get that T-shirt right over there. Yeah, it was when it came up, I was like, oh, that's a good one because he runs into tons of variations.
Yes.
It's all the facets of who you are, the man in the mirror.
Isn't Gina Davis his wife in this movie?
No, it's Andy McDowell.
Andy McDowell, right. Okay. Yeah.
And it's one of those comedies that I really think Keaton, maybe Hanks, like to pull off all the different aspects and have them all still likable. Even the machismo is still like there's still every man Michael Keaton-ish to it.
Yeah,
and Hanks can get that. It'd be kind of tough.
Yeah.
Because you still need like the earnest, the more in touch with his feelings character, the dipshit. Isn't it based on a Shakespeare play?
I don't know if it's based on a Shakespeare play.
It's like an updated. You got a laptop right in front of you.
I know, but I don't know if it's a clone situation. I don't know if Shakespeare ever talking
but
about
you're using
clones.
your phone. No, not clones, but they took the idea of multiple personalities or something along those lines, and maybe multiple characters, and melded it down into one.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know why I think that, but I think it. What does the old CompuBox say? He is using his phone still, folks.
Yeah.
He's dialing those keys in.
It's only telling me like the synopsis of the movie, so I'm going to type in multiplicity in Shakespeare and see what comes up.
Well, some would argue that's probably what you should have done first.
Well, some would.
But those people are jerks. You know what I mean? Jerks.
I show my balls to those people.
No tweets of endearment from them.
No.
Okay, I'm crazy.
I don't see anything.
That's fine. I don't know what I'm conflating then.
Well, Shakespeare and Multiplicity is a book by Brian Gibbons where he talks about how you can see the multiple
BG?
things being repeated throughout his plays.
I said, is that the fourth BG? But you just barreled right over that. That's fine.
Brian Gibbons?
Isn't it Gibbons in that short?
It's Gibbs. Gibbs is the...
Is it Gibbs? Or I thought it was Gibb.
Gibb, yeah, Barry Gibb. Wait, so what would Gibbons... Okay.
I thought it was, they shortened it for Hollywood.
Oh, right. Oh, you thought they changed their...
Yeah. I don't know shit about them, by the way.
They'll think we're Australian. Shorten their names.
I know there are two songs. That old 70s disco.
Two? There's like 500, man.
Whatever.
Oh, all right. Anyway, so we're a Multiplicity. Yeah, good film. Good film.
It is.
I saw it in the theater. And I think it was the last gasp of Keaton before he went into that like lull where his films wouldn't sell and people didn't go see it anymore.
I wonder if he got blackballed because he said no to doing another Batman. And Hollywood went, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And his other projects didn't do as well as Batman, so they just stopped offering him awards.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
All right, what's number 6?
6 is The Prestige.
Yes, that is my 6 as well. Prestige.
Perfect timing.
Good one.
Of the two magician movies that came out that year, this was my far and away favorite.
Yeah. Christopher Nolan, man. What are you going to do?
It's not like the other one was made by a bunch of amateurs. You had Giamatti, Ed Norton.
The Illusionist.
The Illusionist.
Jessica Biel.
It was Biel. Yeah. What was it, Scarlett Johansson in The Prestige?
Yeah.
I like that. It's fully slanderous in one word. Yeah. Not of her, by the way. Not of Scarlett.
No.
Not of Scarlett. I know what you're saying.
I don't mean to tell you your job, but...
Well, Prestige was just way more interesting. Like bringing Tesla into it.
David Bowie was great.
He was great.
Oh, it was so good as Tesla.
But, using this for a fucking illusion.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate end with Hugh Jackman. It's like, that's fucking terrifying, man.
Look closely.
That's how badly you have to one up. You're willing to die for it. Legitimately. That's just disgusting.
All the top hats at the beginning, right? That's just laying the groundwork for what you're going to watch.
Yeah.
What you're going to witness here. These different variations.
The weird thing is how... Oh, never mind. I was about to ask a question, but I instantly came up with the answer. And I was like,
you got there.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing on that.
Okay.
But, no, and Hardy, too.
Yeah.
His real... Like, I knew him, and he had done some other things, but to see him play two characters...
Yeah.
And do it very convincingly, where you believed it so thoroughly.
It's an excellent film, man.
It is.
And people talk about the Batman or Inception, Interstellar. This is a damn good movie that people don't talk about enough.
I think it's more rewatchable. Interstellar to me is more rewatchable probably overall than this because I've seen it more times and I know I'll go back and watch.
Right.
Especially very specific scenes.
Inception has quietly become the least watched Nolan film for me.
I never rewatch it.
Yeah.
As cool as it was, I'd never rewatch it.
I think once you watch it once or twice, you're like, okay, I get what this is about.
Yeah.
Whereas Interstellar, it can like send you into a million different thought patterns or a million different directions. But Prestige is more like, oh, this is just a cool movie for the concept and for how it's acted out. And also this slight undercurrent of malevolence throughout the whole movie because of the competition and because of like the extent to which they're willing to go and this kind of like arrogance of believing that they could do it at all costs. You know? So I love that. All right, that was your 6?
Yep.
All right, so that's my 6 as well, but mine 7 was Avengers Endgame.
Well, you know what?
What's that?
I went ahead. I put that
Higher up?
Higher up.
Oh,
So
it's a punt. Nice.
We're gonna go ahead and
right.
punt on that.
What's your 5 then?
And we're gonna punt that to. Well, we'll hold on to that for just a little bit longer.
Okay.
5 for me is Logan.
Oh, shit!
Boom, baby!
Oh,
Boom, baby!
wow.
Look, the worst part of himself came back to meet himself. They cloned, so now he's staring at everything that he wants to believe that he's not, and he's not. But the worst aspects of him are right in front of him, and they're out to kill him.
Okay, I'm going to make an adjustment here. Okay.
Look, it goes both ways.
Yep, I'm going to make an adjustment here. I think I'm right to do it. And I'm sorry to anybody I yelled in their ear if they were just veered off the road.
That's the beauty of it'll be run through an equalizer,
That's true.
and they will never know.
So that's your number 5?
That is my 5.
So that would be my number 4. Okay. Fair enough. We talk about it.
Okay. Perfect timing.
Love this. I don't know why. Because my mind, I didn't go to clone, right? I went to actual
Time travel?
Yeah, that kind of thing. And so but totally valid, absolutely valid. So Logan totally qualifies.
Now, you could say you need to retain you need to retain your memory and your sense of identity to really be a man in the mirror. But there's also the metaphorical meaning the man in the mirror of within this.
Well, I think this is the most until we get to one more, this is the most correct one because this is a younger version of himself meeting an older version of himself, and they both recognize what they are and want to destroy the other one.
Do you think Younger recognizes him for what he is?
Absolutely.
Really? Because he seems feral to me.
Well, that's what I mean.
But only understands I will murder everything that I come into contact with.
That's what you think.
Yeah, his motivation is, and that is Wolverine going, I am not an animal.
Right.
I am not a fucking animal.
Right.
He's been chased, he's been a mutant his whole life, and he's lived more lifetimes than the average person.
Right.
So to see the worst aspects of what he fears he is and what others assume he is.
I think when you talk about the singularity, that's the singularity right there. I think that thing needs to kill. Even if it's a primal feral creature, it sees something that looks just like it that is competing for dominance. Therefore, it must kill it because it is a version of itself in recognition in terms of facial recognition. So that's what I think at the end of the day.
Works on a lot of different levels.
Yeah, sure. That's why the film is one of the best, if not the best, superhero film ever made, in my opinion. Good choice.
All right, so what's your 5?
Back to the Future 2. Because he goes back to see his old young Biff.
I didn't think about that one. Hey, it's the one that I watched the least.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, this is dude. Every scene he has with himself is the reason to watch this movie.
Okay.
There's nothing else in the movie that's of real interest or fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Man.
Yeah,
the whole CD, it's Reno, but in wherever the fuck they live.
Right.
Just I don't like anything about this.
It's a way too dark of a movie for such a fun franchise, and I don't know what Zemeckis was thinking, but it's way too dark.
The thing is, it's dark, but it's still holding its almost comedic kind of look.
Mm-hmm. Right, which is confusing.
It is.
Yes.
So you need you pick a lane here.
Great point, man.
Because his old man, that looks like a comedy old man.
Yeah, right.
And
the plaid pants.
Yeah, and his
sweater.
mom now, who's married, she looks like she's going to be a comedic type of
thing.
They even do it with the older version too,
the fake boobs and stuff.
When he meets his older self, Mike Fox.
Right.
Early on, it's just like that doesn't look real. It looks like he's like trying to do his best Jeff Foxworthy. This doesn't look like Mike J. Fox.
That's right.
And like Flea comes in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like, okay, comedy, and just like, no, this is like depressing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the pitfalls of time travel. Like, well, that's not fun.
Yeah.
What kid wants to see that?
That's a good point. But yeah, the scenes between them are just so
totally.
funny,
It flat out works.
Because it's a guy who's going back to tell his dumbass self, which how many of us wouldn't love the opportunity to go out and be like, if you just do this, this, and this, you'll be fine. Just listen to me, blah, blah, blah. So, that's why I put it as high up as I did. All right, what's number 3?
3? No, my number 4.
Oh, sorry, you're 4. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Is Primer.
I never saw Primer, so go ahead, knock stuff out.
Do you want to see Primer?
No, go ahead. I don't care. If I haven't seen it by now, 9 times out of 10, it's because I'll get around to it, and I don't mind it being spoiled for me.
So it's it starts off as 4 engineers.
Okay.
They're trying to make something. I couldn't tell you what they're trying to make. And I don't think they have a real understanding what they're trying to make. But they never really get into the nuts and bolts of that. What they get to is it comes down to 2 of them. 2 guys kind of just fall by the wayside.
Right.
And it focuses on these 2 guys who are friends, who are also the engineers. But they build a machine that allows for a finite amount of time travel.
Mm-hmm.
So long as, if you put an inanimate object in there, whatever, it comes out at a specific time, whatever, but it comes out at like this weird interval, something over.
Okay.
Like it's always the same weird interval, but it's a weird interval. They're like, well, if we put something smart in there,
right,
they can figure out when to get out, type of thing, as opposed to being dictated to as to when you come out, and you can manipulate time like that. So they do it, and they start like making trades for themselves, but that's kind of a cursory background because what they're trying to do is understand what exactly they've made.
Yeah.
And grapple with, should they be doing this, should they not? And it escalates from there, and eventually it tears a rift within their friendship.
Oh.
But they interact with, so in essence, you go inside these little boxes, and you're in that box for 6 or 8 hours.
No.
But in that 6 or 8 hours, while you're in the box, you're technically like traveling back through time.
Right.
Or whatever the case is. So then you go and you make those trades, and then once they wake up to get out, that's where the cycle restarts.
Oh, shit.
So they just but it's really like you're focusing on that, but you're also focusing on them going, I don't know if we should do this. Like, why are we doing this? Blah 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 blah.
Right.
But meanwhile, it just keeps chugging. It's only an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
A lot happens, and then it gets the rift happens, and one friend stays to use the technology to stop their previous selves from discovering what they discover.
Right.
And one goes off to, ostensibly, you see him building a massive warehouse-size one.
Yeah.
And that's where it ends. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
The one that stays is like, you got to get the fuck out of here. I don't care if I never see you again, but you cannot stay here.
Right.
Because you're not using this. You're going to use this incorrectly type of thing. And he stays to stop so nobody else can get their hands on it.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. And it almost makes you wish, like, I wonder what the follow-up was. What was the fallout? Was there any fallout?
Yeah, right.
Of him building a bigger one? Did he build a bigger one?
Yeah.
It was interesting. It's
okay.
For $1.20 they cram a lot in, but it doesn't seem like they cram a lot in.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Okay. I should watch that then. It sounds cool. So then my number 3 is Moon.
That's a punt.
Oh, I had a feeling. Go ahead.
3 for me is the punt from you giving it to me earlier. I put Avengers Endgame there. I just slotted it in.
3. Oh my God! Wow.
Well, because I already know I've seen it.
Yes.
Way more than anything below it.
Oh, okay.
Just
yeah.
I think the only one. Okay, Logan I've probably seen more times.
Yes.
Time Cop I've probably seen more times. If I scratch that one off.
Okay.
Avengers I've seen more than Multiplicity, more than Prestige, more than Us, more than Predestination, more than Primer. Way more. Yeah. So it's just like, that's when I was going to, I was like, boom, let's just inch it up. I know in 5 years it's going to outstrip everything else on the list.
Right.
On some level. So yeah, made it to my number 3.
Okay.
Great suggestion.
Thank you.
Clearly I, love it. I think anybody listening to us has seen Avengers Endgame.
Hey, look, you got me onto the Logan, so it's I think it's a balance here that we both.
I figured that was a no-brainer. I can't believe.
I know. Neither can I. I feel like an idiot. I think because my mindset wasn't on clones. My mindset was on something else. So that was my bad.
Time travel.
Right. And time travel. So I wasn't thinking
Whereas
about
Gemini, he's a clone, I'm assuming.
I think he is a clone, but I was thinking more about looking to younger versions of yourself. So
it's made in the mirror,
that linear thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, Nebula seeing the younger version or the other version of herself was pretty incredible in the movie. And then having that scene later on where, she has the break. So, in that moment when she is kind of showing a little bit of vulnerability, right? Mm-hmm. The younger Nebula, she has a moment where he won't let me change, right?
She's still under the mindset.
Right. But also that moment, he won't let me change, is the genesis of the Nebula that comes in and is the current Nebula, because that has always been inside her, this idea that she didn't want to be his lackey. She didn't want to be this thing, but she did it because she wanted to just find a status or place.
Felt she had no choice eventually.
Right. She wanted meaning in her life. Serving him brought her meaning. But inside, she knew.
But she has to do it under his dictate. And if she fails, and she always fails because Gamora's there, and Gamora seems to just do it a little bit better every time. Yeah. It's not by leaps and bounds. You're still, pretty great, but Gamora can't put herself back together, and you apparently need to every once and again.
Right.
It's a good one when she shoots herself.
Oh man,
I kind of knew it was coming.
Right.
Because how are you going to give her all the life experiences that you have had over the course of 4 movies or whatever it is?
Right.
She'll never understand. So it's a hell of a choice.
And the symbolism of it, right? She's killing once and for all this part of herself. Like she's killing that part of herself once and for all. She will never go back to him. She'll never go back to Thanos. Her killing that older version of her or younger version of herself is that symbolism, And so when you tell me comic book movies are just people in fucking tights running around, fuck off. Like there's more going on here than people actually give these comic book movies credit. Certainly with the Avengers stuff, I think it's way more depth and complexity.
At the same time, though, that is America's ass.
Damn right it is.
So, it's just funny. You bring up that point,
ass.
and then they still have dudes in spandex.
Oh, right. Sure.
It is still that.
Which speaks volumes to how good the movie is.
Without a doubt.
Part of it,
Without a doubt.
Yeah. I love it for that reason. All right. That was number 3.
We've done your what's your 3?
3 was the moon, which was the punt.
Okay. 2 is, for me,
what's your 2?
Looper.
That's a punt. Well, not a punt.
No.
I guess my number 1.
Okay. So then I don't have your 2? Or is that a punt from earlier?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Looper. Lupa.
Lupa.
That's how I always say it, which is terrible. Lupa. There's nobody from Boston in that fucking movie, but I just like saying it that way.
Such a great concept.
I know, right? And it to me was as brilliantly under the radar as The Matrix was. Like nobody saw this coming.
True.
Kind of a sci-fi
But once it hit, everybody was willing. Yeah.
And the kid is scary as fuck.
How has he not been the best working child actor since Haley Joel Osment?
Right? I don't know.
Because he is so absolutely amazing in this. Mm-hmm. Every time he's on screen, I'm just like, what's he going to do now? Because he's played this pitch perfect.
Yeah.
It's been impressive to watch, and you're like 5.
Yeah. Scary as shit.
It is scary as shit.
Emily Blunt is great. Bruce is great. Whenever Bruce fully commits to a movie, he's great in it. He is great in this. Mm-hmm. Joseph Gordon-Levitt kind of looking like Bruce is fantastic.
Didn't bother me at all.
Nope, not at all.
I know a bunch of other people that came out of it and thought it was ridiculous.
Oh, really? Oh,
that was somewhat of the backlash. I remember at the time. They weren't saying it was bad. They were just like, it was weird.
Yeah.
Like, oh, really? I kind of, it didn't throw me off too much.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a larger story than people give it credit for because it's like Japan and all these different places. It goes all around, and not just time jumping. It goes all around, and also dealing with the future, like this age-old concept. Would you go back and kill Hitler if you had a chance to do so? Right? And here's this kid, but the mom says, "No, if we just do this, he won't end up like this.
Maybe he won't. We have to give him the chance."
Exactly, and so eventually. Willis sees the logic of it, and so that is, I just find the film so eminently rewatchable because of that. There's so much here.
It is. Thinking about somebody that had that kind of telekinetic power.
Yeah.
So there's no way they don't become a dictator. How do you stop someone like this? As soon as another kid starts expressing any kind of power of that magnitude,
it's threatening.
It is.
Right.
So you're killing children, and the only way you're getting away with that is through an iron-fisted control.
Yep.
It's the only fucking way.
Yep.
Just you rule until you die because no one is strong enough to kill you.
Yeah.
And that's fucking brutal. That means that dude could go international if he really wanted to.
Oh, of course. Well, it's like what did we just see recently that's like that? Oh, The Boys. The Boys on Amazon.
Didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. I would encourage you to watch it. But
I saw some of the first episode and I was like, nah.
Okay. But it's like this idea of, well, if superheroes actually existed and humans became these superheroes through a program, how much of them would really be like noble, good people?
Of course.
Right? We see power
Very
corrupt.
few.
We see power corrupt all the time. And in what institution we're talking about, the government, the police, the military, there is corruption where there's power. Wherever there's power over people, corruption is right around the corner, if not right there sitting next to that person. And so that's why I love the show so much, because it was like, yeah, this is what it would actually be like. I know we all want to think that it would be like Superman in the American way. No, this is what it would be like, because we see people with actual power to cause wars between nations.
Yeah.
Be casual or stupid or ignorant with that power or corrupt with that power without giving it a second thought. So why wouldn't someone with the ability to level cities not, indulge in their worser natures, because who's going to stop them?
See, what I found interesting about it is like the girl that gets clipped in the opening 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And the insurance and all that. And I was like, okay, the day-to-day, the reality of having these people, that's really interesting. But then the girl that wins the contest.
Yeah.
And as soon as she enters the magical layer, and I was like, wow, we're doing a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe ease me into that aspect of it before it just full on, basically showing your balls to a stranger.
You're right. There you go.
Mine wasn't a stranger, but we've only known each other for a couple months. Still.
Well, and it's worse in the comic. Like she has to essentially perform oral sex on all of them. Yeah, so it's that kind of brutality of what this would be, because I think to me that was coming out of like celebrity couch stories, or casting couch stories with celebrities or producers or directors. How many people in old Hollywood, or maybe even more recent Hollywood, like had to endure this kind of sexual stuff because they really wanted to become famous, and did it.
Well, and at a time when.
Oh, yeah, there was no Me Too movement.
No one's going to find out.
Right. No one's going to find out.
Any gossip columnists that got their hands on it, you could squash them.
Yep.
Unless it was truly heinous.
Right.
I'm sorry, the police are involved. But look, there was more than one Harvey Weinstein before there was Harvey Weinstein.
Yep. For many years. That's an age-old tradition in this fucking town.
And I'm glad I was never part of it.
No shit. And I bet there's someone who's out there that we don't even think about, who's like fucking Harvey Weinstein, but no one's exposing that person yet. I wouldn't be surprised.
I've heard of one or two modern stories.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, within comedy.
Right.
Other people haven't, but both were willing participants ultimately at the end of the day.
Yeah.
One offered the other one, hey, I can help you get on this. And the other one was like, it's worth the trade-off.
Jesus Christ.
Worked for some of them. It didn't work out for others.
Yeah.
But they still got their – I've only heard a couple, but it's just like, well, all right.
Yeah.
One I know is for sure true. The other one we all suspect, but I don't know that one.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say either on this because it's not my place.
Yep. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
and
enough.
we don't have the budget to hold off any libel.
No, we don't.
So there is literally no point.
All right.
So Lupa was my 2.
Lupa.
What's your 2?
Star Trek 2009. Old Spock and new Spock.
That's fine.
What do you mean, no?
It's fine.
That's a fantastic film.
Yeah, it is. It's actually really good.
Yeah. So how do you say it doesn't qualify?
I'm just feigning because I didn't think of it. And I don't know
fair.
if it would have made my list.
That's fair.
Given what else is on there, and I like it, and I'm just like, I didn't think of that. I thought of other Star Treks.
Yeah.
Before I thought of that one.
Oh yeah, with in 6 where Kirk is against Kirk. Yeah.
Well, there's that one, and then there's a Picard one where he runs into his younger self. And Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Is the cloned version of him. That was the only one. Nemesis.
Nemesis, right?
And I was like, I don't know if I.
Yeah.
I like that one in the Next Generations, but at the same time, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. No, this one obviously. I mean, just seeing Zachary Quinto and Leonard Nimoy have a conversation, and near the end of the movie, and it's like, oh, we were told this was going to mess up the space-time continuum, and it's like, nah, man, this is what would do it. We're not doing that. So, and they have this really cool and tender conversation, and seeing it's in essence, it's Nimoy giving this crew his blessing that they can take on the legacy of the old crew, of the original trilogy crew, rather, and go forward with this new iteration of it. And I love that. And so to me, that's why it moved, because I'm a massive Star Trek fan. So to me, that's why it moves up as high as it is, because it's like, I never thought you'd see Nimoy back as Spock again. And then to see him kind of bless the other Spock. That's very rare in movies, very rare in entertainment that you see that happen in a film. And in a film that's good and well written and leads to that moment organically and logically. So it's such a great payoff when it happens, in my opinion.
I mean, it would come down to Us or Predestination versus that on my list.
Okay.
It is a good one, though. When they rebooted it, I was like, you know what? I like this. I think it opened up Star Trek more to the masses.
Yes, I agreed.
So there's nods to
it was more accessible.
People in the know, yeah. Mm-hmm. And also, hey, I didn't mind the lens flares.
Yeah.
I noticed it the first time seeing it. I was like, this is a lot of lens flares. And it's one of those right after that, everybody had that thought.
Yeah.
So everybody rushed to make their stupid fucking joke. And it's when you realize that most of your thoughts are unoriginal. It's one of those, it's just, we all think of the same shit.
It's true.
Large enough pool of brains. A lot of them are going to come up with the same exact, stupid line.
Right.
But yeah, it is damn good. It would probably make it over Predestination in that I know I'm going to watch it way more, and Us for that matter. I've already seen it a bunch of times.
Okay.
I like that. I like Into Darkness too.
Oh, I like Into Darkness up until the reveal, or up until the end, rather. Actually, I don't like them reversing Khan.
Doesn't bother me at all.
You're insane.
I just took it as it's a different take on it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
All
right. All right. So let's put this thing together.
Well, my number one.
Oh yeah, what's your number one?
Is Moon.
Yeah, right. Moon. Everyone knew your number one was Moon because you punted from earlier. But
I know we hadn't talked about it.
That's
so
true.
why are you acting?
Break it down.
You were jumping into the list before we actually revealed both lists.
I apologize. Tell me about the plight of Gertie.
Could be the most insincere apology I think I've ever witnessed upon doing this show. It was so false. You're looking down, already starting number one, like typing away.
I apologize.
Moon is great. It's come up a few other times. Look, it's a Sam Rockwell at his best. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he hasn't done amazing things since, but I'm saying if you want to see how good an actor Sam Rockwell is, watch him bring an existential terror to life for you, and it makes you ask this quandary of yourself when he fires off back to Earth.
Yep.
It's such a weird, it's not going to end well for him, but you're hoping it ends well for him.
Yeah.
You're hoping he's the one that bucks the odds, but that's just, we saw that bunker, man. You got a fucking shelf life. And it's brutal. It is brutal. So, he's gone and the whole family that moves on without him. And he's told this lie upon lie upon lie. And it's been going on for X number of years. Man, I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, how is nobody talking about this movie?
Wow. Yeah, I know. It was one of those, Duncan Jones directed this thing. It was one of those ones, once again, going to these quiet, ponderous sci-fi films.
Yeah. This is small.
This is small, right. And so you almost own this one when you see it. You're like, I got to tell people about it, but I don't want to tell the masses about it, but I want to tell people because more people need to see this thing. And so you pick and choose which friends that will enjoy Moon, right? And get it.
Yeah, there are movies that, you haven't seen that? You would like that.
Yeah.
You need to see that, trust me. It is nice because you feel like you discovered a band before they hit huge.
Yes.
And you're like, you have no idea how good they are. they're going to crush. Watch this.
Yeah.
I remember walking out of like 28 Days Later and The Raid and like a few of them, you're like, dude, you don't normally like these movies because I don't.
Yeah.
So you're going to love this fucking movie. Trust me. Go see this.
Yeah.
It does happen, man. It's a good feeling, too. But, all right, so there we go. There's our number one.
No, but like, yeah, all right, fine. The clones are great. And the twist as well is fantastic when you find out. All right.
You want to type this time?
Yeah, I'll type.
Okay.
What do we call it? Top 10 Man in the Mirror movies? Let's do it. What's number one? Lupa?
That's 2 what?
1. I have Lupa at 1.
Lupa goes 1.
So then Moon?
Lupa, Moon.
Logan? That's 4, 5.
Where'd you have Avengers? It's like 7.
Oh, 7, yeah.
Then, yeah, Logan would go.
Okay.
Then I would say probably Avengers.
Oh, Prestige, right?
Well, but I think we have
because
higher
3-7.
Yeah.
3-7. Got it. My bad. All right.
Because Prestige is what, like 6-6 or 6?
Yeah, 7? I have 6 at mine.
Then I'd say Prestige, obviously, next.
All right. Moving it up. All right. Us, we should wait. Yeah.
Probably.
All right. What's your next? I have Star Trek at 2.
Oh, go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. That's higher than anything. Primer's my next.
Which is?
How many we got left?
3, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4. Okay. 7, 8, 9, and 10.
So Primer's my next highest.
Which is?
My number 4.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then what? Do you want to do Us here at 8?
Yeah, let's do Us there because then I threw Time Cop on my list for...
You did. So to put Time Cop there? Okay.
9, and then what do you got left?
I have Back to the Future 2 at 5. What do you have?
That makes it on the list.
Okay.
That's higher than anything I got.
Let's make like a tree and leave, you idiot. All right. There it is.
Done
Let's
and
break
done.
This thing down. The top 10 Man in the Mirror movies, yeah.
Number 10.
Back to the Future 2.
9.
Time Cop.
At 8.
Us.
Coming in at number 7.
Primer.
Number 6.
Star Trek 2009.
In the 5 spot.
The Prestige.
And number 4.
Avengers Endgame.
In the 3 hole.
Logan.
Finally, our number 2 movie.
Moon.
And the number 1 Man in the Mirror movie on the top 10 is...
Lupa.
Lupa.
It's fucking Lupa.
Lupa. This could be the most interesting show in that we both put movies on each other's list.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't think so either. But I think it's good that we were open to it because we were like, okay, I hadn't thought that. That makes sense. That totally works.
And to the gentleman that said he would take I can't remember who it was. He tweeted at us, I believe.
Yeah.
And said, hey, if nobody's started to keeping the list, I'll go ahead and jump in on that. I think he said he didn't want to start a bunch of work, and then to find out that somebody's already done all of it.
Yeah.
I was like, to my knowledge, I don't believe anybody has done it.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it, so please, keeper of the list, annotate this one is maybe the only time that we have both put movies on the other person's list.
He's now the official person.
I think once he gets us that list, he's the official person.
So whoever gets us that list first becomes the official person.
I can't remember who it was. I apologize for that.
All right.
But keeper of the list.
Yeah. Just
mark it in the books.
And just to light a little fire under your ass, there are other people who want to be keepers of the list. So just letting you know, whoever submits first and is accurate and correct.
3-4 people have reached out. We used to have one way back when. Do you remember Adelaide Lake?
Of course.
What it was?
Yeah.
And he would send us an Excel spreadsheet every couple months of the updated. And I haven't heard from him in years.
I hope it's all right.
Yeah, we moved on. Life, whatever. I think he had at least one child. Maybe he's got 2, 3 now.
Maybe he's that guy who's like, oh, I remember the top 10 show. I remember when I was
Could be.
Guys.
Or maybe just like, dude, I don't have the time. I wish I could listen to a podcast. I've been there. I'm sorry. I'm fucking talking all day. I'm doing this. I don't have time to sit quietly and listen to anything.
Right. Pardon me, but I don't have time.
And so we have, hopefully the week after you hear this, but we'll have some big announcements coming up. No BS.
No BS. Big announcements.
Big announcements coming up. But it's some different things we're going to be offering for you guys.
Yep.
Hopefully within the next week after you hear this to 2 weeks, we will have announced on the show, but if nothing else on Twitter, at Matt Nost, at The Roke It Says, over at facebook.com/groups/the top 10 show with the number 10. And anywhere else. And our thanks to everybody that helps us with the show, because once that rolls out, I'm sure they're going to be, they're going to have a little bit more to deal with. So our thanks preemptively to Chris Alexakos, Matthew Hassel, Kristen Smith, Joe Ibarra, and Mike Shea. Our eternal thanks to all 5 of you. And I think that is it for us this week, don't you?
Yeah, agreed. Patreon, www.patreon.com/the top 10. As Matt said, the big announcements are coming. This is no bullshit. Get ready. We just closed one of them today, so we're excited. We can't talk about it yet, but we're excited to talk about it soon, and I think it will be something really great for you guys as listeners of ours and for the show itself, and other things that are coming down the pike that possibly you all will get to see us live sooner than you think. So, all right. That's
a couple different venues in a couple different cities. That's what we're working on. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. You got anything else, my man?
I'm good.
Adios.